Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the planet Earth. Rob Blackstorm here. Coming to you live. Just want to say I hope everybody's having a great night, a great day. Hope you and your family are doing well as always. And I hope everything's just going great with you. And if it's not, I hope you're working on making it better. The subject of tonight is a subject that is near and dear to all of us, because all of us want to be in a relationship that is worthy of being called divine, or you want to be evenly yoked. You want to be one with someone. You want that twin flame. You want that soulmate. You want that person that's going to go through this life with you and love you unconditionally, right? You want somebody that's going to love your dirty drawers and drink your bathwater, right? Well, there's reasons why you may not have that right now. So what I want to talk about is 7 reasons. That's right. Fucking up with math, right? 7 reasons why you don't have your soulmate. Let's go. Number 1, you don't visualize goodness and you don't affirm goodness. Very simple. There's a book called, what's the name of the book? Behold the Pale Horse. And in the book, Behold the Pale Horse, there's a chapter 1 called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. And in this chapter, the author's name is William Cooper. Many of you may have read it. And there's a lot of other things in the book, aliens and all that stuff. I'm not here to talk about the aliens. I'm here to talk about you and us, or you really getting your life in order. That's what this channel is designed to do. I'm just giving my life to you so that you can use the tools that I've used to better yourself and gain mastery over yourself and your emotions. That's the main point of this, to master yourself and your emotions, right? So if you're not affirming goodness and you're not visualizing goodness in your life, how you going to win? As the great Lauryn Hill said, how you going to win when you ain't right within? How do you expect to draw this person in if your mindset is, I hate men because of past trauma? If your mindset is, I hate women because of past trauma, right? Because when we say we hate men or we hate women, that's a lie, right? Because we deal with different genders of people on a daily basis. Whether it's work, whether it's grocery, whether we're going to the gym, whatever, we're always dealing with people, right? The whole reason that you are affirming is because there are silent weapons for quiet wars. And the silent weapon is the media. The silent weapon is the schools. The silent weapons are the food that they give us and these different institutions. Right? These are the silent weapons. What we are fed on a day-to-day basis by teachers, by parents, by family members, by friends, and others. And we are constantly fed information, through TV, through commercials. If I live in New York, as soon as I step outside my house and go a block, there's 2, 3, 4, 5 billboards advertising and wanting me to buy something and telling me why I should buy something and showing me why it's so good for me to buy and trying to stir me up emotionally, right? Emotion, trying to put my energy in motion to that ideal. Showing me that can of Coke all icy cold with it a little bit just dripping out, looking all sugary, right? With maybe they got a fancy lady with big boobs in the background holding the can of Coke, right? To entice me, using that sexual energy to entice me to go buy that Coke, right? This is marketing. Marketing is about stirring emotions. So if you don't visualize goodness in your life and you don't affirm goodness in your life, right? You're not doing affirmations on a day-to-day basis, right? You're not doing meditation. And even if you're not doing meditation on a day-to-day basis, you should, at least once a day. But if you can't, and let's say you're doing it at least 3-4 times a week, you're doing a good job. Maybe you can't do it every day. Maybe you don't have time that permits, but I believe everyone has time to do meditation, even if it's for 5 minutes a day, but I digress. But you can't do affirmations all day. You can't do affirmations all day long. We all are in our heads. We have a voice in our head, and we could program that voice in our head. And the one thing you have to ask yourself is, what is that voice in my head saying? Again, if it's saying men are bad, then that is your reality. If it's saying women are bad, then that is your reality. Please don't expect to be good people of that gender. You are literally putting energy in motion, or putting out an emotion and saying that men are bad, or putting out an emotion that is saying that women are no good. We all know the song by Snoop Dogg, "Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks," right? This is a program. You hear that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Guess what? You start to believe it. It starts to become a reality, especially when it's playing over and over in your mind. Because the way your brain works is your brain doesn't really care what you give it. You are the master of your mind. So if you say women are bad, then your brain is going to say, whoa, okay, women are bad. So when I see a woman, I'm going to be extra cautious. I might try to play her. I'm not going to be emotionally invested because I think she's going to hurt me, or I think she's going to take advantage of me. I don't like them. My mama used to talk to me bad. My sister used to treat me grimy. My first girlfriend broke my heart. So now this is the thing that I'm going off of. I'm on the hamster wheel of trauma. And because I haven't pre-programmed that trauma, now when I look at a woman, I automatically think bad things because this program has been running for years, right? The Snoop Dogg song, through the issues that I went through with women. This is the program. I'm using an example, right? But this is how we think. And the same thing with women. You see women all day, saying, yeah, this person did it and this person did it and that person did it. Let's look at the instance of Chris Brown. Chris Brown was accused of rape. The accusation alone had Twitter, all social media blowing up, with mostly a lot of women would cancel him immediately. No proof, no investigation, no maybe he didn't do it, nothing like that, right? Because that trauma of the past situations that they had with men, right? If they've been sexually assaulted or sexually hurt, it devoids reason. The thing is, when you feel a strong emotion, it overrides your reason, right? And especially if and worse, if it's a stressful emotion. Because what happens is what happens to your brain is when you take on a stressful emotion, that stressful emotion now becomes part of you. It becomes part of your energy. It becomes part of your currency system in your body, right? You are a human that conducts energy. You are a light being, literally. The reason that people talk about chakras is chakras are waves of light within you. Literally, that's it. When you open your chakra, you're literally letting light into those glands, right? People talk about the root chakra. Well, when your root chakra is stable, right? It's not overactive or underactive. It's just open. Then that's a red. That means that the light, or the light of red on that spectrum of light, is stable, right? It's open, and so forth and so on. As you go on, to the green, the blue, the throat chakra, that is a spectrum of light. And there are glands here, thyroid glands, that support that spectrum of light, that correspond to that spectrum of light. In your gonads, that red spectrum of light corresponds to your balls, to your testicles, right? If you're a woman, your ovaries, right? So these are spectrum of light. So I say that to say this. You have to constantly pre-program your mind with light. What is light? Light is what you make it. Light is what you make it. The light you take in can be, pure. The light you take in could be pure trash. The things that you view in your third eye could be pure trash. You watch just reality shows, all you do is watch sports, all you do is, watch fuckery on TV, all you do is listen to the news, all you do is believe everything you hear on social media, you don't research shit. This is the reality a lot of people live, right? But yet and still, they expect to find a good person with these ideas and preconceived notions that they've taken in from the outside world. So again, there's always a silent weapon for quiet war. And the quiet war is the war on your mind. And the war on your mind is designed to keep you under stress as long as possible. So again, how you going to win this dope partner when you ain't right within? So that's number one. You don't visualize and you don't affirm. Number two, you don't show love to yourself. Simple. You don't show love to yourself. You don't take yourself out to dinner. When was the last time you went out by yourself to the movies? When's the last time you took yourself to get a manicure and a pedicure? When's the last time you took yourself to the spa? When's the last time you just pampered yourself and loved on yourself and looked in the mirror and told yourself you're a bad motherfucker, or you're a great motherfucker, or you're an intelligent motherfucker, you're a handsome motherfucker, you're a beautiful motherfucker, right? When's the last time you've done that? So you don't know how to show love to yourself, right? You don't know how to pamper yourself. You don't know how to treat yourself good. In fact, you may not even know the things that you like because you never explored them on your own time. There's some people who can only be with other people. They only feel comfortable around other people. They have to have someone with them. If they don't have someone with them, then it's a problem. They feel lonely. They feel like they're doing something wrong, and so forth and so on. So the goal is to pamper yourself. When you're pampering yourself, what you're doing is you're telling the universe that you are worthy. You are putting out an electromagnetic signal because you are an electromagnetic being. Your heart chakra, if you want to talk about it, is pumping out that energy of love. You are pumping out an energy signal with every heartbeat. With every heartbeat, you're pumping out an electrical signal. Your body and your heart controls a magnetic field. So you are pulling things into you constantly, whether you know it or not. This is directed by your thoughts because your thoughts have weight. Your thoughts are based on emotions, and your memories are based on emotional resonance. The things that you remember the most are the things that you were the most emotional about. If you go back and think about your memories, you will see that the memories that last the strongest and the longest are the things that have the most emotional resonance to you, the things that have struck you the most, whether it's trauma or whether it's winning something or whether it's greatness, right? This is all energy. So if you don't show this love to yourself, you don't give this energy to yourself, how do you expect someone, or how do you expect to attract someone who is going to give that energy to you if you don't know how to show love to yourself? And if you don't know how to show love to yourself, how to pamper yourself, how to treat yourself right, how to go out and get dressed and just look good, and you go out by yourself, you enjoy yourself. No company. Go out for dinner. Go out to that concert that you always want to go to. Go to that play that you always want to go to. Take a trip by yourself. See the world. Do things that you always wanted to do. Show love to yourself. So that this way, when someone comes along, you don't need them to show you love. You just need a partner and a companion to go along with you the way you love yourself. So number two, you don't know how to show love to yourself. One of the reasons why you don't have a soulmate. Number three reasons that you don't have a soulmate, or you do not have your ideal relationship, is because you are overly judgmental. You feel like the world owes you something. You feel like everyone that you meet is supposed to do X, Y, and Z for you. You do not see the person or the person that you're supposed to be with as simply a reflection of you. Every human being that you encounter and that you're close with isn't a reflection of you, because your perspective on them determines your interaction with them. How you view that person is how you will treat that person. If you see a bum on the street, you're going to treat that person differently than if you saw a businessman in a suit and tie. It's just the way it is. People go on for what they see. People judge people off perception. So if you have, again, this all goes back to what you visualize and what you affirm. That's the foundation. Because if you're visualizing and affirming that this gender is bad, or that this person is bad, or that relationships don't work, or people are out to get you, and this is the energy signal, then when you meet someone, you're going to judge them. You're going to judge them unfairly. And another thing is, a lot of times when people meet someone, they don't think they're judging them wrong, but they are. And one way a lot of people judge people, and this is true for a lot of women, I think I see mostly, is that they'll judge a relationship based on potential. They'll get with a man, right? And they'll have a vision for this man. This man may be, let's say he's sleeping on his mama couch, but she sees him, she meets him, he's kind of smart. She says, yeah, he's on his mama couch. Yeah, he's not working right now. But I see something in him, right? Motherfucker may not have filled out an application in the last 5 years. May not have tried to build anything or create anything in the last 10 years. But she met him. He seemed nice. He was cute. He had some nice jeans on. His jacket was so beautiful when you met him. He was such a smooth talker. And then the sex was the bomb, right? Because motherfucker that don't have a lot of responsibilities has a lot of time to perfect sex, right? So the sex was the bomb, and you got him off his mama's couch and brought him into your home. And you say, well, he's smart. Man, yeah, well, he speaks to me well. And, well, he's good in bed and he's nice to me. And you start dating potential. So what happens, right? I'm going to tell you about a situation. A girl I know, she started dating potential. This guy was doing everything. Cooking, cleaning, washing the car, bringing the groceries in, doing everything domestic. And when it came time to contribute for a bill, there was nothing there. Nothing there, right? However, they judge the person based on their potential, right? Instead of seeing this person as a reflection of them and seeing the ideals that they have in themselves, and this goes back to loving yourself. So when you love yourself and when you show yourself love and love on yourself, you know what to look for in another person. You know what you expect from another person. You have a standard to hold. But when you are making these judgments based on a bad foundation, again, bad visualizations, bad affirmations, bad thought models, you're going to create a reality where you're picking the wrong people. And then you start blaming people because you start picking people off bad criteria. And we all go through it. We've all been in bad relationships. I myself have had my fair share. I haven't been great in all of them, and other people haven't been great in all of them with me. But the main thing is, reanalyzing it, especially recently, and looking at love and looking at my relationships. Even myself, I realized that sometimes I go into a relationship and I do see potential in somebody. I generally take people for who they are. Of course, you want to grow with that person and you see yourself growing with that person. But you also have to realize that the other person or the person that you date is different than who you are. I mean, you have to allow them to grow at their pace. And I have made mistakes in relationships by wanting people to grow as fast as I have, and people have wanted me to grow as fast as they wanted me to grow. So you might be overly judgmental in different ways. You might be judging potential wrong. You might be judging this person that's your twin flame wrong. Like you're calling this person a twin flame, but 2 years later, y'all ain't grow nowhere. Y'all ain't built no business together. That person can't help you save $1 or earn $1. that person doesn't motivate you, that person doesn't inspire you, there's no sparkle in the relationship, y'all only have sex in the bed, you know what I'm saying? Last time y'all been on vacation was when? The struggle is real in your relationship, struggle love, right? But these are all because of false judgments that we've created. We don't see people as our reflections. When you meet somebody, that person that you meet, that first time that you meet them, and when you get to know them, that's who that person is. And you never really get to know anybody 100% because people always keep certain things to the vest. Everyone does. It takes time to reveal. It takes time for a flower to open. It takes time to reveal who a person is. This is why it's very dangerous to rush into relationships. That's Rob Blackstone's specialty, rushing into relationships. I had to learn to stop. I had to learn to stop rushing in and take my time because I was judging relationships based on emotion and not based on logic, not based on how I was loving myself, not based on the love that I thought I wanted and that I saw in that person. It was based on, oh, they look good, the sex is great, they're cool, they cook, they clean, whatever little nuances I think that I might need. But maybe they weren't into spiritual studies. They wasn't living a lifestyle of magic. They weren't living a lifestyle of self-improvement, certain other things, and maybe certain other things. And maybe they were things I was lacking that person saw in their plan for me, right? But I learned now, if I meet somebody, or when I meet somebody, I should say, that I want to be in a serious 100% committed relationship, that I'm going to take them for who they are. I'm going to take them for who they are. The person that I meet, the person that I get to know, I'm not going to look for what they're going to be 20 years later, or what they're going to be 6 months, or what idea or plan I have for them. I'm just going to love them for who they are. And if I'll tell my babe, look, I got this plan to do this, or let's go vending here, or let's go build this business doing this, or let's go create this, then me and her are on the same page. Right? Because I know what I want out of myself from loving them on myself, and I know what to expect. So this way, your judgment is much more logical. Your judgment is much more reasonable, and it makes much more sense because you're not just throwing out an idea of what you think this person should be, right? You're not, you actually see this person as a reflection of who you are, and you're accepting them for who they are. And you're not judging them for the vision that you think they should be. You're just accepting them and loving them. And as you grow, and if they don't grow, then you have to make a decision, right? You just have to make a decision. That happens in relationships. You have to make a decision. People change over time. This is the reality, right? All relationships don't work. Some people are there for a lesson. Some people are there for a blessing. So the proper way, from my perspective, the proper way to judge somebody is to judge them as you judge yourself. Judge them at the same level that you judge yourself. If you're pushing and you're, let's say, you're a stockbroker, right? And you're pushing stocks. This is what you do all day. You should want a lady that's into stocks just like you, or at least in the financial sector, because she's going to be able to provide you valuable information that you may not have. And that goes for someone who's, a scientist, or, a doctor, or, I don't know, coaches Little League, or whatever your profession is, or whatever. And I don't want to say your profession because you might not love your profession. Whatever it is that you love, the things that you love, you want to see that in that other partner, and not see what they're going to do in the future with it. Whatever it is now at the baseline, whatever it is as you are getting to know them, whatever you feel and whatever you see in them, that's it. Right? That's it. You don't expect them to go to the moon, and you don't expect to take them to the moon, because it's not your goal or not your job to save anybody. So, number 3, you're overly judgmental. Maybe one of the reasons why you're not in a relationship or not in the ideal union.